Put your hand on your head like that. Bald spots, I call you gone.
Hey, lovely people. All right, I want to hear from y'all and what y'all think about Kenneth Copeland. He is a televangelist and also an actor. He acted in a movie called The Rally back in 2010 and has had so many different ventures, Bible college, different ministries. He is running networks under Dish Network and just has this behemoth of multiple ventures that rake in millions of dollars, and he himself has a net worth of $300 million. Now, he's trending.
Stop being afraid of me financially. Stop being afraid that I'm going to take away everything you have. Stop being afraid of the world financially. Stop being afraid of your reputation financially. Don't be afraid to do what I tell you to do. I've got your best interest at heart, not your worst.
Copeland in particular has had a transition since he's gotten older, but people have been focusing on these latest viral moments from him. One time he went viral during COVID-19, where he was saying that he would blow the wind of God into COVID-19 and blow it away. And then there were some other creepy incidents. Recently, there was this blood ritual tied into communion, which we're going to talk about. And then there are these laughing fits that he does. There was also this viral moment when a reporter came up to him, and this was just off the cuff. It was a surprise. And she asked him about his private jets.
Pastor loses it on live TV.
The media said Joe Biden's president. Ha 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 Put your hand on your head like that. Bald spots, I call you gone. Hair grow. Hair grow.
I'm sorry, but that clip with the healing the baldness and the blowing the wind of God into COVID-19. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make fun of people that truly believe in it, but come on now. You know, at some point you have to just sit and think. Get beyond the programming. You may have been programmed to believe a certain thing, but just sit there and think about what is happening. Look at the results. Did they actually cure the thing that they said they were going to cure with the wind of God? Likely no, but you know, some people are just too far gone and they're going to believe it. They have that, you know, type of faith where they don't need to see, even though everything is telling them, you know, the truth is right in front of them. They won't believe it, unfortunately. And so my heart goes out to the people. Let me know what y'all think about it.
God wanted him to have Tyler Perry's jet.
We'd just like to ask you about why you don't want to fly commercial. Why have you said that you won't fly commercial? You said that it's like getting into a tube with a bunch of demons.
If I flew commercial, I'd have to stop 65% of what I'm doing.
How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet, for example?
Well, for example, that's really none of your business, but...
Isn't it the business of your donors?
Listen, I paid. You kind of caught me off guard here, okay?
Certainly. Well, if you'd like to come out here, I'd like to give you a chance to catch your breath and have a conversation. We don't want to catch you off guard.
I love Inside Edition. You got to get this now. Hey, you listen to me? My wife thinks Inside Edition is, oh yeah. Now, Thank you, Lord. Help me. Let me pray this thing.
Well, let me just ask you a really simple question. A lot of people think it's unbecoming for a preacher to live a life of luxury and to fly around in private jets. What's your response to that?
Very simple. It takes a lot of money to do what we do. We have brought over 122 million people to the Lord Jesus Christ.
Well, my question then, okay, all right, but I want to get to the demons because people are very concerned about that comment.
Give me a chance here, Inside Edition. I love your eyes.
Do you ever use your private jets to go visit your vacation homes, for example?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Again, getting back to the comment, you said that you don't like to fly commercial because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did. We wrestle not with flesh and blood.
To those critics that say that a preacher should not be living a life of luxury, what is your response to that?
They're wrong. But when you go back to the Bible, it's full of wealth. And it's full of miracles and signs and wonders. And it's full of goodness. And it's full of meanness. It's just full of hell on earth. Those are the demons, not the people. I love the people.
I love them people too if they was giving me millions of dollars. Absolutely.
Thank you so much for your time
What's your
today.
name?
Lisa Guerrero.
Lisa, God bless, Father bless Lisa today. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to know her and to her team. I love Inside Edition. I love the people on it. And it thrills me to get a chance to have my face on Inside Edition.
Thank you very much, Reverend. You have a nice day.
That's the cutting of the covenant.
Do y'all hear how animated he is, though?
And then I would do the same.
Jesus said, take this cup. This is my blood of the new covenant.
Now we've mixed our blood.
That's right. Which is his and which is mine. Our blood symbolically has been mixed here. Now at the communion table, he said, this is my blood of the new covenant. All of you drink all of it. Now, and I want you to be this way every time you take communion, and you ought to take it a lot. A lot.
So someone pointed out that he said drink all of it and he only took a sip.
Yes, sir.
Now his blood is in my body.
Yes, sir.
It's in there. His blood is mixed with my blood. COVID-19.
COVID-19.
I blow the wind of God.
The wind of God.
On you.
On you.
He really probably just spread some of that virus on those people.
You are destroyed forever.
You are destroyed forever.
And you'll never be back.
And you'll never be back.
Thank you, our God.
Thank you, our God.
Let it happen.
Let it happen.
Cause it to happen.
Copeland has been around, honestly, for most of us since before we were even born or thought about. And I have seen him personally. I remember watching him as a child because my mom is very much Christian and would watch him on television. Now, I have my own personal thoughts about all of this televangelist, all these ministries. There were so many Christian ministers that seem to make a spectacle of the church or use it as entertainment. And all of this is to rake in dollars by giving, their congregation hope, and in return, they get their money. Where people really don't like to see, these Christian preachers and ministers and bishops in extreme wealth and luxury, right? They want them to have a good life. But, for you to be a mega or multimillionaire, meanwhile, your congregation is funding your lifestyle or has been funding your lifestyle in different ventures, it just looks a little suspicious. Now, we do know that a lot of these mega pastors and bishops and televangelists and things, they'll have their own ventures, like with Kenneth Copeland. He's done a movie, he has books, he has various ways of raking in those funds. With people like T.D. Jakes, he's done movies, he's had multiple books. So yes, they have different ventures, but let's be honest. The congregation is paying these pastors and their teams and their families, and they get to live these luxurious lifestyles. I've seen these videos. What do y'all think about it? In particular, this whole ritual thing to me stands out because here's the thing, in my opinion. You have these rituals that you see in the Bible, right? Communion, the raising of the dead, the turning the water into wine. And if you were having these conversations about these occurrences outside of the Christian church, people would call it magic rituals, right? Slap Christian on there is good. When it's not Christian, it's bad. But those in the Christian faith think of it as divine, these miracles. And listen, for me, it's tomato, right? It's really the same thing. If someone was acting like they were cutting their hand and doing a blood ritual, that would give me the creeps. What's interesting to me is that the congregation is all into it. Did you see the video where he's doing this kind of ritual where he is healing people of baldness? I'm sorry, but he's having the congregation touch their head. And it's really interesting to see because people truly believe, they want to believe in these things. They see in the Bible that miracles were done by Jesus Christ. And so they want to look at these other men because in the Bible, it does say that you will be able to do these things, right? But they look at these men and think that they can also have these powers of healing. And it's not called rituals. It's just divine intervention. It's miracles, right? Because it's done in the church. And so they play along with it. They go along with it. They repeat what these men will say. They do what they say. They give the amount of money that they say to give, all because they have that hope. What you think about it, I have a personal issue when it comes to these instances because as a child, I was brought up in a Christian group, which when I tell many people about it, not many people, but my circle, personal life, they have always told me, well, that sounds like a cult. And I believe it to be. I don't talk about it much, but I do realize that it has warped my view of Christianity and the church, right? And, when you see these type of videos, it's sad. I am mostly sad for the people that are following these men and truly believing in them. And they've spent years and years pouring into these ministries to get what in return? I'm not here to, call out anyone for their faith, their belief. I think it's wonderful to have something to believe in, to get you through this life that is very difficult, especially when you are a normal person. You're not, surrounded by wealth and luxury. It's difficult. So I think everyone needs something to believe in. However, I am very saddened when you see these incidents of people that from the outside looking in, it just looks like it's a grift. They're grifting you for years. And Kenneth Copeland, I think he's been around since 70s, 80s. I think he started his ministries and his churches in the 80s. Like I said, a lot of us haven't even been thought about, or we weren't even born, when he started all this. So he has made a deep impact and people still follow him to this day, regardless of the different antics. So this all could be real. Now, that's something that I will say. I do believe in supernatural. When he's saying that, he doesn't want to write a commercial because he doesn't want to be in a tube of demons. I don't think he's referring to people. I think he's just referring to different spirits and attitudes, energies, whatever you want to call it, that people will carry. But with Kenneth Copeland, it's very interesting because you see his demeanor change, his voice changes, and then it changes in like just a few seconds, right? Listen, for y'all that are into astrology, he is not a Gemini. He is not a Gemini. I'm a Gemini. That is what I think people think that Geminis do. His birthday is December 6th. So I don't know what's going on with him with that going in and out. He is an older man as well. So, there's a lot of health conditions that can also do that. But he seems very alert. He seems like a man that is alert. He knows what he's saying. He knows what he's doing. And I've also seen some clips of him when he's younger. It seems very similar. So, with him, it's giving creepy from my perspective. A lot of people online also agree, but then there are a lot of supporters that he has, and they continue to follow him through thick and through thin, and they have reasons behind all of the things that he's doing. So let me know what y'all think. I will talk to y'all later.
Who do you think you are today? The more we learn about this covenant of God. What blood? The blood of this covenant. Glory to God. Yes, like Moses of old. There's they're coming one. Oh! Don't ever do it. Don't ever feel sorry for yourself. Don't ever do it.
Real quick, to me, it seems like he is almost playing this animated character of what a Christian leader would be that's all powerful. A lot of people have different opinions on it. Some people think that he's demonic or possessed. I think it's due to his eyes. He does have very piercing eyes, always has, and he makes these very animated facial expressions. Listen to these clips of folks as they, in a way, it seems like they're mocking, kind of making fun of him, but this is really what people are thinking online about this particular pastor and televangelist.
Have you ever heard of this guy? That, my friend, is Kenneth Copeland, mega church pastor. And here's the story when I ran into him. So I was heading into work the other day and had a daggone flat tire on my truck. I get out and started changing it, and all of a sudden, this limo pulled up behind me. Big old nice limousine. And out walks Kenneth Copeland. And he walks up and he said, "Excuse me, sir, looks like you're having a bad day. You got a flat tire?" I said, "Yes, sir, I'm just trying to change it here." He said, "Step aside, let me show you something." I said, "Nah, man, I got it, ain't no problem." He said, "No, step aside." I said, "Daggone, man, why are you smiling like that? You're kind of creeping me out a little bit." He said, "I blow the wind of God into your flat tire." I said, "What in the world?" He said, "Watch, it's going to air up." I said, "I don't think that's how it works, Mr. Copeland." He started blowing on my tire for about 15 minutes straight. Ain't nothing happened. He said, "Give it time, it'll air up." He started saying, "I'm a bow tie, sha-ba-ba-ha-da-ba-ha-sha-da-ha, I'm a llama." I said, "Ain't nobody going to believe this. This is so bizarre." I said, "Look, Mr. Copeland, I appreciate the help, man, but, this ain't what Christianity's all about." He said, "Oh, yes, it is." I was like, "There's that smile again, man. You look demonic." He said, "All right, son, I got to go." I said, "But I promise you, in 15 or 20 minutes, that tire's gonna air up." I said, "Geez, man." He got in his limousine and left, and that was the most bizarre encounter I've ever had. That fella ain't right. Something's wrong with him. So let me ask you this question. Do you think when Kenneth Copeland blew the wind of God into my tire that it aired up? The answer is no. I sat there and put my spare on, had to clean spit off and everything. So I put my spare on, right, and I get back home and I'm telling my wife everything that happened. I said, "Look, babe, you ain't gonna believe what just happened. Kenneth Copeland tried to air my tire up with the wind of God." She said, "Well, did it air up?" I said, "No." So fast forward to last night, I get an email from old Kenneth Copeland. He said, "Hey, Troy, you owe me $1,200. You got to sew it into my ministry for what I did for you." So I emailed him back. I said, "Let me get this straight, Mr. Copeland. You want me to sew $1,200 into your ministry for you blowing the wind of God in my tire that didn't air up?" He replied, "Shondo koha baha shada ha, I'm a llama." And I emailed back. I said, "Why do you keep calling yourself a llama?" He said, "It's the spirit." I said, "Even through email, Mr. Copeland, you're wigging me out." But I'm still waiting on a reply from that one. I'll keep everybody posted on that as well. But I'm getting a lot of messages saying, "Hey, you shouldn't come against a man of God like Kenneth Copeland." He ain't no man of God. I really don't think he ever was. I've listened to sermons from him from way back when. He's been saying the same stuff for years. Is he demon possessed? I don't know. So yeah, when Kenneth stopped to help me out with my tire, Hold on real quick. Hello?
Hey, Troy, it's your buddy Kenneth.
Kenneth? How'd you get my number, man?
Prayer and meditation.
Prayer and meditation?
And the yellow pages.
And the yellow pages? They still send those out?
I need that $1,200 that you're going to sow into my ministry.
Dude, I already told you, man, I ain't gonna sow $1,200 into your ministry. My tire didn't air up, man.
Don't blame me, you ain't got enough faith, boy.
No,
How about I blow the wind of God in your face again?
Dude, spit just came through the phone. That's some otherworldly stuff, man. And this is getting strange. How about this, dude? You're freaking me out so bad, I'm gonna sow $12.50 into your ministry.
Okay, I think I can work with that.
Okay, you'll be all right with that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll send you a cashier's check to Kenneth Ministries. Okay, all right.
Shondo Kora Baha, I'm a llama.
Okay, I got you.
I'm a llama.
All right, one more thing, man. You gotta leave me alone, dude. I mean, you didn't do anything for me. You know?
I'm a llama.
You didn't do nothing. You spit on my Michelin for one.
I'm a llama.
And for two, you gave me some weird looking eyeballs, and man, it's just weird and awkward, dude. I don't like this conversation. Okay, I'm gonna end it. Just please leave me and my family alone. All right.
Troy, I said Shondo Kora. Don't.
This is an everyday thing, guys. It's like a telemarketer or something. Golly. What do I do?
I don't care how religious you are. Kenneth Copeland is creepy. That's a vampire. That's not a real person. Have you seen those eyes? Have you seen them? He's like, it takes a lot of money to do what we do. You've eaten children. You have eaten. You're not real. There's something. He's an SW. He ain't right. Ain't nothing right with that man. It's already bad enough. Preachers shouldn't be making millions of dollars. They shouldn't be. No, that ain't right. Pretty sure that's not what God wanted. But Kenneth Copeland? Oh, that is, I can't even call him a man. He's creepy. That is the creepiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It takes a lot of money to do what we do. Exactly what do you do? Other than siphon the blood from infants, it seems.
Sir, we receive words that are not our own. Berekesto, oleman gelema handelege, bo fredino unkindashe, stelebero como blavadero. Crema andalo como po, mare clanglo, boble e kemplino, mare vale campara. La delgo plumo meno teleaskepe. Fe folo puma maya tel clemene kido. Popolo maya tale endole como meste, stelo clofra il lebo le camana. Bramande kirko poma blesh do boschire, telecheto le cabaclanina maclo mahala largero che le veno, breto steschi manetelo. Caravana, palo como pole che tu le stindo do le cava. Stek la fora batili e kill le como